So when I think of like I guess the state of the headless CMS world, I don't necessarily think of headless specifically. I think more of like the composable MarTech market.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people are moving there because a lot of them are just frustrated with their older traditional monolithic content management systems. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of large enterprises out there that probably are spending $200,000-$300,000 a year after they spent millions of dollars on this build, and they're stuck with a content management or DXP package that isn't doing what they were sold. And I think they're moving away from that to the more composable market. You can call it headless, you can call it composable, but I think they're moving to the composable market because they've also invested a bunch of money in other tools. They might have Salesforce CRM, they might have Marketing Cloud, they might have HubSpot, and those traditional CMSs don't allow them to kind of leverage that investment, where the more headless or composable CMS is going to allow them, it's going to be more flexible and agile, and they're going to be able to go to market faster, and it's going to allow them to kind of leverage the investments they've made in other marketing technologies.
Yeah, definitely. I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of enterprises and companies are getting frustrated with what they have built so far and are looking to pivot their strategy, and what they have built is just not equipped to get them there. But if we take a step back out of the customer standpoint and talk about what Headless is doing in day-to-day right now, selling a Headless CMS 5 years ago is like I'm selling a completely different thing now, and it's constantly changing. There's so many different outcomes that customers want to accomplish, and you can't just sell a composable content management system and expect that to get you to the revenue that your company wants you to accomplish. And it's way more than just organizing your content. It's how do we get to the content to the right person at the right time. And each company and each headless CMS or CMS player out there is kind of answering that question a little bit different and taking a different bet on where they see the market going, but also still trying to capture the market at the same time. So it's just constantly pivoting, and adding the AI into all of it is just like, you got to be able to keep up and have a stance and a point of view, and it's giving a little bit of whiplash, but it's also a little bit of a fun ride too, so you just got to be along for it.
100%.
I mean, exactly what you had said earlier in terms of moving away from traditional CMS platforms. If we're going way back, the traditional CMS platform was created for just the web page, and it did a really good job of doing that. But as our digital experiences got more complex, and there's apps and digital signage and whatever else you want to put it on out there, it became harder and harder to create those experiences. And then add on top of it, the more customized you want your experience to be, it's going to be harder and harder on your dev team to make those experiences happen. And now that marketers are trying to make things more and more personalized and capture market, that puts even more strain on the devs. So it's hard to keep your devs happy with doing work that makes them feel excited to come to work every day. Marketers kind of to do the same. They don't want to wait weeks, months to make a spelling check. And then overall, from the company's strategy standpoint, they're like, our tech is holding us back, but it's like so important to have it up anyways.
You bring up a good point. Because I know when Headless first came out in 2015, 16, 17, around there, I remember thinking to myself, as a developer, I thought it was awesome. It's like, great, now I can build this pristine content model in the Headless content management system. I can write a bunch of code to like pull it into my pages. It could be all front end. There's no back end or anything like that. It'll be all JavaScript based and stuff like that. And I guess the nerd in me kind of geeked out and thought it was awesome. The marketer in me thought it was dumb because knowing marketers, they don't want to have to go to a developer every time they want a new template. They want to change something like that. They want page builder functionality. So I think where the industry's gone is actually good. I think you kind of had, to your point, you had traditional CMSs that were really about creating web pages. And the Headless market came out and said, no, we're going to make just an actual content management system. It allows you to model the content based upon the content itself and not kind of the presentation layer. And now you can drive that content to the website, or a mobile app, or a watch, whatever that might be, a digital sign, which was cool. Again, the nerd in me was like, this is awesome. But then the marketers were like, but I want a page builder. I want to spin up a campaign landing page quickly, and they couldn't do that with the traditional headless CMSs. So I think the paradigm's kind of swung back a little bit into, now we have kind of composable CMSs. They're headless still, but they still have kind of that live editing, live preview mode that obviously Contentstack does today.
Adaptive, real-time experiences that engage your audience and capture them and get them to do whatever you want them to do as soon as you want them to do it.
I think too, when you talk about that, it is a CMS, but a lot of it's the data activation layer that obviously you guys have with data insights, because again, it goes back to the whole marketing technology ecosystem. Obviously, the headless CMS is one piece of that. The CDP is obviously another huge piece of that. The data warehouse is another huge piece of that. And be able to kind of combine those all together seamlessly kind of allows you to, again, activate that data and drive those experiences in real time to the right person at the right time, wherever you want to, which is key.
Totally.
So what excites me most about Contentstack moving forward is obviously SilverTech. We're full service digital marketing agency. So we have obviously the development team. We've built tens of thousands of websites, but we also have kind of the digital marketing side. We do paid media and campaigns and things like that for tons and tons of customers. We've built lots of data-driven websites to do personalization. We've won multiple personalized side of the years on some of those older traditional CMS platforms and things like that. And that's been a great thing. The challenge we always had with that was that if we wanted to do true personalization using first-party data and things like that, a lot of it was hard-coded. Like, we had to build hard-coded, hardwired integrations into a data warehouse or into Salesforce and things like that, where Contentstack's going to kind of enable that for us through data activation and data insights and things like that. But it also allows us to kind of tie all of our strategy services and DM services into it as well, because the website, again, is only one piece of the whole marketing picture. You really want to be able to, in real time, drive kind of those tailored experiences everywhere. So I'll use a bank, for example, because we're working on a bank site right now for Contentstack. If I'm a visitor and I go to the auto loan page on a bank, if you're in banking, you know that auto loan has a very short sales cycle. If I'm looking for auto loans, I'm probably buying a car that week, right? So you don't have time for a marketer to see that lead a couple days from now and then send them an email or something like that, because they might have already went and bought the car. So it has to be real time. So someone goes to that auto loan page, it immediately kicks off an event that fires off an email journey. And Marketing Cloud sends that person an email about the auto loan, and then it sends them an SMS message. And they go to Instagram, and now they're getting ads about it because we used data and insights to push that data down to Meta or Google Ads to kind of kick off paid media campaign and things like that. So I think one of the most exciting things to me about Contentstack is being able to tie all the things we do together at SilverTech into kind of one great solution for our customers.
Totally, and I think on the flip side of the coin, what's exciting for us to partner with someone like you all at SilverTech is you're experiencing the pain of customers who have been with those traditional CMSs. You're learning also how to make these experiences on a DXP like Contentstack, and you're the thought leader, but you are also able to have the empathy of like, we understand where you're coming from. Let's bring you into the future. Let's bring you into the now and get you into this really exciting new wave of how we see content and how we see digital experiences. So I think that's just such a great silver bullet for you all.
So we're really excited to partner with Contentstack because I think our niche is combining all of our services. It's the strategy, it's the design, it's the digital marketing with our data and engineering practices. And Contentstack really enables all those things to work together. Our strategy team can create great personas and great content, and then we can take all of our customers' data, enable it in Contentstack, and then take those personas and kind of tie it all together and really drive those real-time personalized experiences really well.
We're really excited to partner with SilverTech because you all have the experience of where our customers are coming from and where they want to go. And also, we know that they're in great hands with you. You take the time to really understand deeply what their problems are and try to understand where they want to go to give them a very realistic point of view of where that you can take them. And also, you understand Contentstack so well, so you make us look good throughout the way. So we always appreciate that too.
Cool.